Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, another Duckhook show. And yes, we've got Killarney to talk about, really, and then other peripheral things, because there's a gap. Somehow, after all these Duckhook events, we have to wait for Killarney Thursday League till next Thursday. And then Blue Valley that same Sunday. So we're going to have a nice chilled talk, and hopefully you have plenty of questions to ask and plenty to say on the chat line so that you can be part of this conversation. We've got a panel of almost Jensens. Hello, everybody. How are we?
Hello.
Hello, Louis. How
Can
are
you
you?
measure?
How's it, everybody?
Good. I thought of bringing Wayne on just to make it the trifecta, and then I thought, because he'll have to sit next to you most likely, Louis.
Mazo, just keep in mind that I am also a other Jensen. Remember, I am the most favorite son. Remember?
Okay, I'm sure there's many
Yes.
favorite sons.
Exactly.
Leon
Yes.
van Aarde is going to attack
Yeah,
you,
but I don't
Frankie.
say who's my favorite son in front of each other.
No.
Oh. Fine.
Louis, let's start with you. You're a winner on the Duckhook League in Gauteng, which had one of the biggest fields this year, and you took it. How are you feeling? Did you sleep well on Sunday?
Not really, because I didn't expect anything. I was sort of concentrating more on the team game than the other games, and I thought nowhere near it. And when we drove off what was the ninth hole, which was our 18th, Wayne showed me the leaderboard, and I said, "No, there's something wrong. It can't be right." He says, "Dad, it's right." And well, it was very unexpected.
But nice.
But it took 9 years, so it's all right.
Has it been that long? Has it been 9 years?
Almost 9 years. Almost 9 years.
Wow. You look not a day older than when you joined us.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Pleasure. Ryan, you look much older, though. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to be on the show with the old man on the show as well. So, yeah, it's good. And I'm just glad the old man got a win. So, yeah, it's a bit exciting. So, looking forward to the show. And, yeah, other than that, doing well. And, yeah.
Ryan has done a bit of homework for us because it's pretty much halfway of the season. So he sent us some stats about around halfway of the season and some handicap movements and who's gone up, who's gone down, what the biggest movers are. So he'll take you through that probably after Killarney. And then there's Fricky. Fricky, how was Killarney? You lost another match play game. You Oaks suck.
Listen, we're giving all the other Oaks a little bit of a chance. So, please don't take us down. You guys wanted us to get out, so we did the favor for you guys, and we'll try again next year. If Gerrit still is my partner, we still need to negotiate on that one.
Yeah, you're already telling me that that you've written the post for new partners. I wanted to be a partner last year. You blasted me, so don't even ask me because I tried for long to be a partner, and you just said no. I can't let Gerard down. Now look at it. Your Oaks made 1 point in 5 games. Sis.
It's awesome, hè? Yes. Gerrit, hoeveel punte het jy nou weer gemaak? Sê gou vir ons. 25 to 14, 25, 28.
And the
Okay.
shots are fired.
I need to figure out how to put this PG thing here, sticking people away. Please note. Okay, let's go to the chat line. Hansi Arman was the first. Hello, Ducks and Duckettes. Martin, hello, Ducks. Andre Wessels, hello, Amol. Paul Valenkop, hello, Ducks. Nico Kruger's there. Kieran, hello, Ducks. Ducksters, how's it? He says. Fricky is also there. Brian, he says hello. Leon van Aarde says hello, Ducker. Lucas is watching. Jenny is watching. Ricky is watching. Mark is watching. Shandon is watching. Hey, well done, everyone. Peter Zach is watching. And then Hans says, congratulations, Oom. Corbus is also watching. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of you. Yaku. Gerrit's name on Daze. Well done, Louis. Mark says, well done, Louis. Peter says, well done, Mr. Jensen. So a lot of congratulations coming your way. Fantastic. So, before we get to Killarney, there's always things to talk about up front. So let me tell you what there is. I want to let you know of some news. Now, where is this thing? Here it is. Right, Summer Cup, everybody. The Summer Cup will not be at Glendower this year, and it will not be at Kyalami this year. The Summer Cup this year, hot off the press, will be at who knows what clubhouse that is. Everybody should know.
Oh, definitely.
Pick me.
If you don't know what clubhouse that is, then you're under a rock. Louis, what clubhouse is that?
Pass.
Oh no.
I can't even remember what Killarney looked like from your last week.
Reimsig.
Reimsig,
So the
yeah.
Summer Cup will be at Reimsig this year. Medal event to finish it all off, and it's got a nice venue to have a awards evening and a bit of a keir. So it's something different for everyone. If you want to know why, messes me personally, because it's a long story why we're not going back to other places. Anyway, so the calendar is completely updated because I wanted to show you this just so you can see how many we've done already. So if you look at it, look at Sunday 1. We are halfway, 1st of June. All those is done. All those golf balls have been hit. All those birdies have been made. All those trophies have been given out. And now we've got Killarney on the 12th of June. And the 22nd of June is Blue Valley. And that will be the last event so that you can get into the Duckhook Open.
Yeah.
So you would have seen that Sunday 1 have been announced, or the guys that have officially qualified. Whether they make it or not, that's a different story. So we are building up to the Duckhook Open at Ibotsi. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it is an AM field. So we get there early. We tee off at like 7:40, and we'll be done by 1. We'll have it up, and you can go home to your families. Whether you go home to your family with a trophy or not is a different story. And a free entry to the Classic.
Yeah. Yes. We're looking
That's the
forward to
big
that
part.
one. I don't know about you guys. Ibotsi is one of those nemesis holes, especially in the winter time. But yeah, it's going to be a lekker one. And yeah, the Open is also one of the favorites for the major events. So yeah, go boys.
Louis, how
Enjoy.
do you play Ibotsi? Are you looking forward to the Open?
Yes. I missed the last one. So this one, at least it's on a Sunday. So yeah, we're going to go and give it a bash. And for me, it's easy because whether I hit a 7 or an 8, the score stays the same.
Pretty much. Yeah. Hopefully there will be no 7 and 8s.
Yeah, or
let's hope
12.
so.
Or 12s. There's been a couple of oaks have gone completely missing on some of those holes. If we had to sit around a fire and tell stories, I would be telling one, Ian would be telling one, Dorian would be telling one. Who else? There's a lot of oaks who will be telling one. Anyway, that's what's coming up. I want to. Did you see Scotty Scheffler won again? Memorial this weekend again. It's unbelievable. So, like, there was Tiger, and now there's Scotty Scheffler, in my opinion. I want to show you some stats that I saw. Last 40 months, right? 19 wins, more than Jordan Spieth's career. 36 top threes, more than Jason Day's career. 40 months. How much is that, by the way? It's just over 3.5 years, right?
Yes.
52 top 10s, more than Max Homer's career. 1.2 million, 121 million earnings, more than Phil Mickelson's career. This is what this man is doing. This is crazy. We haven't seen anyone like him since Ian last year. Or Frikkie, to that matter.
Yeah, look, I mean, Scotty is an awesome dude. I must be honest that, I think a year or so ago we talked about Scotty, where I said that you can't not bet on him. And the 1 year that I didn't bet on him, he actually won. So I mean, he's in great form at this point. A great role model as well. Being in jail as well, and then coming out of jail and then doing all this great things. So yeah, no, he's an awesome dude, and yeah, well done to him. Weird swing, but it looks like for the fact that it works for him, you don't need to have this perfect swing to be this best player.
For sure. The US Open comes up next week, don't forget. And have you seen some of the videos of how thick the rough is? Now, if we complained about how difficult some places was with the rough, take a look at this, gentlemen. Take a look at this. This is going to cover you guys at the bottom there. I apologize, but look, the ball's gone in.
Yeah.
And then, where did it go? Well, I can tell you, weg is the answer. How would you get that out of there? I mean, you're not going to get it very far. Right? Here's another one. Let's just give us some space. Here's another one. The rough at Oakmont. This was like a media day that they were playing. And it's also different grass. So it's luscious. Weg. Oh, and let me try another one. Let me try another one. Weg.
Yes. That's crazy.
Now imagine playing
So
metal
the
on
question
this
is,
thing.
You'd be
how
lucky to
big is
find
the
those.
fairway?
Hey? Say again?
Sorry, Louis.
And I say you'd be lucky to find the ball, never mind hit it out of there.
It's a good thing there's spectators. If it was just us who said, nah, we don't want to caddy or a spotter, gone. No chance.
So Mazza, the question is, how big is the fairways though? I mean, is it average or is it bigger than normal? I mean, do you know?
I haven't played there, so I don't know.
I thought you had all these videos, man.
No, I was not focused on the fairways. I was focusing on watching guys struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Gerard Sneyman says 28 points. How much did you make, Frikkie? Just 31. But that
Okay. Let me put this quickly in perspective, please. We shook on 4 and 3, so meaning there was 3 holes to go. Okay, what did Gerard do? Par, birdie, bogey. That's where
after.
all his points came from. Yeah, after. And then I had a double and a bogey. So I lost 3 shots and he gained like 6. So take that out.
Ryan, there's a big domestic going on here. It's going to be interesting to see who's
No,
going to be partnering who next year. Gerard does say Reimsig. Nico says Reimsig. Peter Zach says Reimsig. Hansi says Reimsig with all the knowledge, or as it's now known, is Gold Bets Reimsig Country Club. Okay.
Really?
Yaku Grobla says, hey, gents, playing golf as we speak. If I only could upload a picture. Maybe if you send it to me on WhatsApp, I can pull it into this thing, Mr. Yaku. But you're playing, so you're not going to see it anyway. Barry Fence says, hello, boys. Leon Duplasani is there. Ricky says, the pros at least have people finding their balls correct and thousands of people looking. PJ says, goeienaand, Ducks. Okay. Gerard says, who wants Frikkie?
Everyone.
And there's silence. And
This
there's
is
silence.
going to be an expensive divorce, this one. Right, let's move to Killarney, shall we? Right.
Yeah.
First
let's
of
move
all, we were not wrong. I'm going to show you the predictions we had first before we even go anywhere. So these were the predictions from last week's show. Let's have a quick prediction of the winning score. What is Ian going to win on?
Let me
-3.
I'm going to
go for it. -3 and yeah, Donnie?
I'm going to say -4 again.
Okay. Mazza, I'm going to go big due to the fact that there's a lot of team games. So I really think a -5 is gonna take it. But it's gonna be coming out of one of the team matches.
Gee.
Okay, cool. Nico Kruger says -4. I'm going to go -3. I think greens are a little tricky. They were, when I played the last week with Kieran, they were quick. There's like in some spots, Ricky says -4, Kieran says 2 under, Martin says -5. Yes, I warned you the greens were tricky, and they were. And on top of that, they were pin positions that were even harder to get to on slopes, tucked in corners. So that is why you won on -2, and there were only 2 people under par, everyone, because it was a difficult golf course. So it just shows you we don't need to shoot -7 if the course is hard enough. Then you finish on -2. Justin Boyce -1. He had a birdie chip, shall I say, to win it, but unfortunately there was no way in hell that he was going to chip that in. He would have to basically fly it in from where he was over the 18th. Jacobus Erasmus, ever steady, Frikkie. This oak doesn't miss. With a broken hand.
And broken hand, eh? So remember, his hand is still broken from a couple of weeks ago, even with the clash. So this guy is on painkillers, but he's doing very well, consistent every week.
Puts me and everyone else to shame, where you can only play with one hand and you continue to shoot these scores. Andre Wessels, well done. He's having a good run. Gerard de Bruyne also having a good run. Vaughan Williams, at a stage, I thought he was going to win another one. And then from -4 to +1, so somewhere along the line, he Cots commanded the hell out of that. Kunra Pretorius, +2. Dierwald, +2. Jaco Jacobs, also a good round, +3. And Jamie Sherry, +3, and many, many more that went with that. Louis, I'm going to put your scorecard up and you can paint a little bit of a picture for us.
Yeah, so we started on the back 9, and I thought it was going to go pretty well after the first hole. And then wheels fell off a bit. My highlight of the day was my birdie putt on the 14th there. Actually hit it long. It rolled off over onto the fringe. When I putted it in, Wayne gave me a bit of a line, and it bounced all over the place until it hit the green, and it just rolled and went to the hole. And the rest of that 9 wasn't much to talk about. Then the back 9 from hole 1 to 9, managed to get a couple of pars there. Handicap helped a little bit, 4-pointers and 3-pointers and all that, and I ended up with 21 points on that back 9.
And as you said, you didn't really know that you won. It's always nice when it's a surprise like that. If you're not watching the leaderboard, I need to keep stirring the pot, Frikkie, before you say anything. I want to keep stirring the pot. Peter Zach says Frikkie and I are on fire in the team series. That is true. But what do you do with Clint, Frikkie? Not Frikkie, Peter. Are you going to hoof? Yeah. So maybe Peter and Gerard can go together. Come on.
Imagine, yeah. So Mazo, I just quickly want to say, Louis, how awesome does it feel to have 3 snowmen and still win?
Like I said, I didn't even think I was anywhere near. I went to Killarney to try and qualify for the major. So, and also to win our game, because we didn't want to end up last. So when I walked off there, because of the blowouts there, I thought, there's no ways in hell that I'm going to be anywhere near it. And I still said to Wayne, man, you're lying. There's no ways that I can be on the top there. Something, he said, Dad, check at your back 9. Look what you've got there. And it was a hell of a surprise.
Yeah, no, well done.
Ryan, were you watching your dad at home?
Yes, I was watching the leaderboard like crazy. And then as soon as they entered the 18th score, the Wayne and I started WhatsApping each other. Wayne's like, have you been checking, Dad? I'm like, no, of course I've been checking, Dad, because I've been watching for the team game, because Wayne obviously subbed for me. So I was just making sure that they're at least doing well, although I think Wayne is the one for the team game, clearly. But we were checking it, and Wayne phoned me and says to me, you cannot believe Dad's first to 9th holes. He says Dad just played like an absolute champ. And and it was lekker to know. It was great. And then it was brilliant.
Ryan, are you looking for a new partner as well next year?
I think my dad and I will be looking for new partners, but we might be fighting over Wayne.
I can see this is going to be one of these are the days of our lives. Back to the chat, everybody. Hansi says Jacobus was +5 gross after 3 holes and finished on +6. It was great to watch. Granville says, not Louis, it's brother Louis. Brother Louis, okay.
Okay.
Brother Louis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well done. Ricky, you're clever, this guy. All right, let's go through some more stats. Well, if you take the ladies out of it and put them into a leaderboard, Juliet Horn on +6 on 30 points. Topped the charts and was number 1. Yakumina Mann +7, Jenny Valenka +7, Jonita +12, Emlyn +13, and Vanessa making her Duckhook debut +13. Can only get better from there. It will be nice to see the field grow a bit bigger from here. So well done to the ladies. Let's go to the pins on the day at the Killarney.
Yeah, let me do that. So par 3-6, we've got the Strixon Towel. Mr. Merton Tauter got it. He missed a birdie though, unfortunately. And then Henry Vermeulen, 0.72 meters for the Obscura Ron Colon. I think it's the right pronunciation of that, the Rum. Mm-hmm. And then the par 4 18th, Golf Concepts voucher. Ian Holtzies will definitely take it. I'm sure that he will practice a little bit since he's not in form. But well done to the boys.
That is a great shot, because where that pin was, another example of how difficult the pins were, on the 18th, right at the back. So whatever he had in, because it almost like if you hit it a bit too much, you're over the back into that old halfway house. So
yeah,
sure, Ryan, you should have seen some of the pin placings. Yeah, nasty.
I really
We actually saw that. We were teeing off on the 17th, and then obviously chatting to Donnie and Ian and them. And Ian, I mean, we saw it from our side, obviously standing on a tee box, and he put it like just like this. And we thought, what the hell was going on here? Because the previous year, when Ian won, he threw his clubs almost into the water because he duffed the ball there. And there he puts it just like this. And he's like
So
all smiles. He just say, hey, they
it's a
won, they
great
won.
shot. It
Yeah.
really is a great shot. Let's have a look at the Four-Ball Alliance. Guess who won the Four-Ball Alliance? Well, it's you, Louis, Wayne, Grant, Westphal, and Deerwald. If you look there, in the fourth, there's an 8-pointer. There's a 7-pointer on the 9th. Yes, on the 9th. But 86 only. If this was a golf day, you'd be lost.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But they have won it. Just to show you how Four-Ball Alliances should be. Well done, gents. Louis, have you got anything to say about it? Did it feel like you guys were playing well as a unit?
At the back nine, Duval just started playing really well. He was putting like that. Everybody was struggling on the greens and that, and it was like it didn't bother him at all. So Duval came up quite well, and Wayne also he was doing pretty well. Grant was struggling a little bit, and then I was also struggling.
You guys weren't the only ones, because if we put it in perspective and have a look at like the top 8 of them, or 7, minus 13, minus 13, minus 12, minus 11, minus 11, minus 10. So it really, really does show you how difficult Killarney did play. Yes, we know it's tight, and you need to find the right side of the fairway, but when the greens were the way they were, not very easy. You guys might have made the only 8-pointer out of everybody. If I look at that, I don't know if anybody else made one. If you're watching and you guys made an 8-pointer, if you remember, have a look. Hansi and Jakomin, once again, feature in the Four-Ball Alliance. Well done, gentlemen and ladies. Fats, Ivan, Jason, Louis Burke, and Barry White. And the rest of you all are over there. I tried to look where we were. We were like, I might be wrong, but
Not
we
there.
were like minus 8. Our 4-ball,
Ish.
I know Jenny's watching, I know Paul's watching, and who else? George is not watching. But let's be honest, as a Four-Ball Alliance, we were awful. I think we started well. No, we didn't. We started with 1 point. And then George and myself made 3 points in the next hole, and that was the end of that. Just a mess. Just shows you.
Just lovely.
If you want to know, just to update you, it's been 2 months or so, that minus 22, 94 points is still the leading Four-Ball Alliance score, which came from Hansi, Jakomin, Bernard, and Via. This is when Bernard won at Goldfields. And there's the rest of them. Minus 21, minus 21, minus 21 is a popular number, but it will be interesting to see if minus 22, 94 points will be the top by the end of the season. And let's just remind you that if you're playing in a golf day and you shoot 94 points, you're coming almost last. No, I lied. Maybe you're 5th.
If you're lucky, yeah.
If you're
We'll
lucky.
see on Friday. We'll let you know.
Where are we going to now? We're going to the best of the par threes. And guess who features in the best of the par threes? Yes, Louis Jensen does once again. It's minus 3 with a 4-pointer and a 4-pointer. So we know already that one was a birdie and the other one was probably a double stroke. But that's very good. You must have played the par threes great, Louis.
Yeah, for a change. Normally they're my nemesis, and especially if it's got water in front of it. But for some reason, I don't think I hit the green, and most of them the balls rolled off the green. But my returns were pretty good, and yeah, that's where the 4-pointers came in.
Okay, let me ask you, what did you think of the greens, Louis?
They were very fast, especially downhill. But I don't really worry too much about it. A lot of people say, like you were saying, the pin placements and all that. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, they were very fast. Downhill was like lightning there.
They were crazy fast. Nice to see Jakomin up there, minus 2 with Jenny on minus 2. Featuring and holding the flag up high for the ladies. Let's go to the best of the par fours. Vaughan Williams, Mr. Courts Commander, minus 2 on the par fours. So 4-pointer. Cut out to Bruto, minus 1. Jamie Sherry, minus 1. Justin Boyce, minus 1. Louis, you also feature, yeah? So you featured in 2 of them so far. Flicky, plus 1, Flicky.
Yeah, choking that last hole. Thank you very much, yeah.
What about the second? You choked that one as well? No, that's not you. Sorry. Yeah, so just the last. I looked at Jacobus, 0. Best of the par fives.
Yeah.
Well done, Jenny. -2 on the par 5s, 3.3 points. Leon Oosthuizen, -2 with Martin Tata, -2. So Jenny's actually featured on the best of the par 3s and best of the par 5s, but yet, obviously, the par 4s were not her friend on the day. But well done to everything. I'm not on one of these, and neither is Frikkie on one of these. And Louis, the par 5s were not your friend, apparently.
Nope.
No. I think those are the ones that bombed out.
Oh, it could be. Wait, let's just go back to your scorecard. So the first par 5, 6 for 2. That's not too bad. And the second par 5, 8-0. So that doesn't help you now.
Yeah.
Did you get to the green, or what was the story?
It was in the bunker, out the bunker, in the bunker, out the bunker. So it went from one bunker to the other.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more. Okay. Duckhook corner for Killarney. Now, we looked last week where they kind of were. It did not turn out to be the same. So once I take, just to remind you how I do this, I take the part where 3 holes in succession come up to the lowest of the averages when you add them up. So if you look at 11, that was ranked 8th hardest, 1.49. And then the 12th was the 4th hardest, 1.40. And then the 13th, 1.34. So that makes it up. And that, for me, is a true reflection, because those are difficult holes, gents.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
they are.
So I'm trying now to quickly think where these are. So yes, and absolutely. I mean,
At
yeah, it's
Killarney.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Still at Killarney, eh?
Yeah, just looking at where the tee boxes were, man. But yeah, I mean, even at 13th, I mean, that's a crazy, crazy difficult hole.
It
But
is
yeah,
so
this
hard.
kind of makes sense. Eh?
If you can't hit a good drive on the 13th, you're going to be struggling. Simple as that.
Yeah, then you're going to be struggling.
And
Yes.
trees on the left. And
But even the placing was on the right hand side, because I found my second shot in the bunker. Well, just
Oh,
before the
dead.
bunker. So
Can't
I
stop
mean,
it.
I couldn't get it. It's down. So I just putted it. It was like a little punch, and I found it on the end of the other green. Well, of the same green, obviously, but on the other end. So still another 2 putt from there. You
I just
remember?
realized, and I'm going to look this up while we're going live here. What was playing there? The Betway Big Easy the next week, on the Monday. Was that what it was? Where do I find that?
Yeah, I think so.
Betway Big Easy later. And yeah. Okay, so here we are. Just to put this in perspective, they've played, how many rounds have they played? 3 rounds. Wow, okay, that makes it even worse. They've played 3 rounds, right? And guess what the winning total was if it's 3 rounds? -3.
Really?
These are the future professionals, gentlemen. So if you weren't there, just to enlighten you, the Big Easy Tour, which is the feeder tour to the Sunshine Tour, were playing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after us. So I don't know if the greens were just that fast before. I don't know if they made them faster. But just to show you that the professionals, Louis, if you played against them, you would have come second.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good, eh?
Sure. Just shows you how difficult it actually was. Leon says pins were crazy. Martin says had a blackout on 11 and 12. So you added to the difficultness of the Duckhook corner for sure. Okay, let's move on. You want to see the stats of what it is compared to last year or the last time we played? This is what the stats look like. 24 average handicap was 16. 25 was 16. Points 28, which is more than last year, 26. The average is 94.18 compared to 96. So it actually played easier this year, but yet it doesn't seem like it. I think a lot of the problem with the greens, they were not receptive at all. So if you're coming out of bunkers, you're not going to stop that thing. Are you mad?
You're not going to stop it.
No.
That's a
If you've got to do these, like if you're in a bad position and it's on a downhill and you're going to hit it you're not going to stop. It's going to go off. Whoosh. And in saying this, I think this also added to the pace of play. Let's be fair, we'll touch on this just now. But also, difficulty of a course adds to the pace of play. Let's look, for instance, you putt something to the flag, and it's supposed to stop next to the hole and rolls a meter past. You've just added 2 minutes to your hole, because now, instead of tapping it in, you're now going there, you're marking it. Now, if this happens with everybody putting, you can't keep it near the hole, it just adds minute after minute after minute to what eventually it was slow. All right, what have we got? Fricky, do you want to see if you're still leading?
Well, on the Sunday, probably not. No.
I'm going to put
probably not.
last month. This is what last month looked like
Yeah.
after May. Fricky was there, 145 with Jaco Jacobs, Gary Mansfield. Right. Then after Killarney, this is what it looked like. Keep your eyes fixed. See the movement. Andre Wessels.
Yay!
10th to tied third. Fricky still leads, but now by 3 points only, not 5. But look how many guys are tied for third.
Yeah.
Fricky, what do you think of your Sunday League 1 team as it stands halfway through the season?
Awesome. Louis is in there. Barry is still in there. Well, he's in there now. So I think this is pretty awesome. Solid top 5 at this point, and we've got a very strong with sort of higher handicaps on the bottom side. So I think this is actually a well balanced team. If I can captain this one, this would be awesome, eh?
Nice. I'm going to just flick it back so we can see if there's any more big changes. Donnie didn't move. Ashley didn't move. Hold on.
Grant fell out.
Leon dropped 1. Deerwald went from 7th to 3rd. I hope you're watching it. You're not getting like epilepsy or something because I'm changing it so often. Grant is out. And Gary, where'd Gary go? Gary dropped to 7. Sure. Okay, so a lot of movement actually that's happened. But you have, between you and Jaco, there's that 3-point lead, and then you two are making a bit of you're pulling away a bit here.
Yeah, that's good to see. If I only need to compete with one guy, it's all right. But yeah, Jaco, go for it, Cappy. Yeah, go strong. Still halfway, and I think you can make it.
Peter Zach says, Killarney never plays easy. You're not wrong. Hansi says, nice 4-putt on 11 and a 3-putt on 12 for me. So more people adding to the stats of the Duckhook corner. Paul Vellenkamp. Oh, where did you go, Paul? I think as a 4-ball, we talked ourselves into defensive putting. Those greens were scared of everything. No, we were. We were scared of everything. No, you're not wrong. Because all of a sudden you're like, don't hit it too hard. And then you leave it short. And you're like, oh, shit.
Like way short.
Way short. And then you're like, okay, boof. And then you hit that meter past. And you're like, was not my greatest display either. So don't worry, Paulie. Player of the season. Burns is still leading at an average of 212. So they're coming down nicely. Ryan, you said this is after how many rounds?
Oh, yes, now you've got me.
You've
between
deleted
15 and 18 rounds.
It says 18
rounds.
tournaments. Eh?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
18
it's about
tournaments.
18 rounds.
But you took people
Yes.
out because they played once and they're obviously averaging 600.
Oh, sorry. So we've got those where you've got to play a certain amount for the qualifying for the end of the year, the 20 odd out of the 41. So at the moment, you have to have played 6 or more rounds.
6 or more is the key number. Take us
Yes.
through this, Ryan.
Yeah, so we've got Bernard Shield on number 1 still there, and we've got Grant there. That's not too far behind, but it is a bit of a difference there. And then we've got Jamie Fricky on 4th. We've got Vaughan on 5th here. Then we've got Jason, number 6 on 156 there. Bobby is there just behind. And then we've got Jaco Jacobs and then Jacobus Erasmus. And then my old man, Louis Jensen, he jumped up about 30 spots to get
Really?
into 10th spot after that one, yes.
That's amazing. Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
Well done, Louis.
It's easy peasy, man.
Apparently. Apparently it's very
Clearly.
for
Golf
the
is
guys
easy.
who are
Golf.
leading the total points, this is what it looks like. Jamie Sherry is on 2,405. Grant Nell, 2,259. And then Jaco and Fricky and Jason. Just remember, Fricky's won twice, right? Grant's won twice. Jamie's won the Masters. Jaco's won nothing.
Nothing.
And look where he
Nothing.
is.
Yeah, but
That is
Jamie
pretty
also
good.
won twice.
Who?
So just remember, Jamie also won twice,
Oh,
the
you
major
won
and
once.
Thursday.
So, Yaku, you've done. You can be proud of yourself because you sitting at third and you're not far behind. And these guys have all won 2 tournaments, so that's very, very good. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, so that's how it stands. Okay, let me read some more comments, and then we're going to go to some of Ryan's stats. Henry from Newland says, I think I was 1 under or level through that stretch. The Duckhook corner, that's good golf, sir. Ricky Pereira says, found a new way to play the 13th. Right? Smash the drive into the 12th fairway, then smash it across the green to the 13th. Okay. That is a long way left if you're on the 12th fairway. I'm just saying, a long way. But well done. What did you make on that hole?
Double.
What did you make? Ryan, here we go. So the season so far, you can take us through this.
Yeah, we just thought we'll just do some interesting stats. It's something a little bit different than the usual. So what we've done is from games all the way up until end of May, well, until what we've played up until now this season. So as you can see there, we've got about 175 players. If we calculate all the players there and the number of rounds, you can see is 1,083. The points average, what we've done is taken Stableford points, and we've calculated all the points across all the leagues and everything, and the points average that you see there is 28.64. And then rankings point 1 so far is 80,461. I think that's quite a bit of points that's been handed out there. And then if you have a look at Sunday 1 points, there's 12,434.
Considering
Thursday,
there's one
6,000.
more.
Considering that, yeah, so in Sunday 1, we've included the Killarney, obviously, where Sunday 2 and Thursday still haven't not played the June game yet. But yeah, if you look in there, it does seem to be pretty close. If you look at especially Thursday and Sunday 2, it's pretty close in a way there. And then if you look at their points average for Sunday 1, we've got points average there is 28.64. Then for Thursday, 29. And the points average for Sunday 2 is 28.3. That is extremely close. That makes sort of see a different perspective of how each league plays. I mean, it's less than 1 point difference on the average for each league. I mean, between any one of those, however you look at it.
That is fascinating because it also just shows you when you take so many players and you put them together and you average it out, that is pretty much what they are. 28 is the average.
Yes. Is the average, yeah.
Something to aim for. Okay, so this is Sunday 1, the highest wins, gentlemen.
Yes, so the highest wins of the most amount of points is 5 under 41 points. As we can see, Louis Hutting at Pebble Rock on Sunday 1. And yeah, that's there. And then if we go over to Thursday League, we've got 2 players that have got -5, 41 points as well. It's Grant and Henan Pretorius, both at Irene. I think that's the one that Grant won on the count out.
Yeah, boo.
And then Sunday 2, it seems to be the easiest league compared to the others if you look at it this way, where these gents now got 7 under, where you can see Bernard and Jacobus Erasmus did that at State Mines on 43 points. And then Pudesh came along at Parkview and did his 43.7 under on the Sunday 2 league there. So yeah, it looks like Sunday 2 is a slightly bit easier than the other 2 leagues.
Must suck being a Quibus.
Although the average handicap is not, well, average points is still averaged out, eh?
Still average out. It shows you how interesting that is, eh? It's a different perspective of looking at how the stats come out. I thought I found this quite a bit interesting, and we had to share.
It must suck being a Quibus, shooting -7 and coming second. That's all I'm going to say.
Must be, yes.
Right, now handicaps. We've got the hikes and the drops. So this is the first one. This is the hikes. So
the biggest hikes.
You got worse, right?
Yes.
You shouldn't be there, should you?
No, I shouldn't be. And unfortunately, I'm on the second line there. So shows you that I've been having a dismal of a season so far. So yeah, it's a lot of us here that you can see that we've compared to our starting handicaps to what we currently are and what the shot hikes are. Yeah, we've gone up quite a bit of shots there. I think that a lot of us need to, contact coach and say, listen, you need to help us a little bit here. Clearly, it's not our season yet.
Yaku Duckhook. From 11 to 17. Jesus, what's happening? From Ian, 13 to 18. Even Hansi, 12 to 16. Sorry, is this Duckhook or Saga? What is this?
This is Duckhook handicap. So what I've done is I put a little bit of criteria. Sorry, I should have explained that. I've taken people that have at least got 10 scores that would do the new handicap calculation. So at least you've got your 10 scores. And then the other criteria that I removed is if your H&A is like, for example, 10 shots different to what your Duckhook handicap is, I've excluded you as well because then it would mean you've been playing off your H&A because that would be lower in that case. This is purely Duckhook handicaps, not your H&A.
Ryan, what are you going to do to get your game going?
Well, I can go fetch it over there, but I have a drawing board there that has a lot of notes and a lot of drills. Wayne's giving me drills. I've actually contacted coach as well to see if we can start some remote lessons or something because I need to get something going. I mean, the clash is getting closer and closer. I can't not suck there.
What is the problem?
I don't know what the problem at this stage is. Wayne has picked up that I'm doing all sorts of weird things on my takeaway, and then when I'm finishing, I'm not turning correctly. So I just need to try and get that turn. I'm swaying more than what I'm turning at the moment. So he's got a drill for me there to try and get that sorted out where I can turn instead of swaying a bit. And it looks like that's also killing, not that I have any distance, but the little distance that I have, it's killing that little distance on top of it as well. So I'm not reaching par fours in 2 because I'm not hitting long enough. And I mean, yeah, that's a bit sad.
And
Yes, Bucky.
you also got to calm your temper.
Yeah.
If he buggers up a
Yeah.
hole, then he loses it for the next 2 holes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love my dad, but that's not calling the kettle black.
Daddy.
I was gonna say.
I'm better now. I just suck on one hole. That's all.
Okay.
But just a quick thing, just to let the guys understand also from that cash, because they will see now a 6 and a 4 and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that your handicap is going to move that much. Remember, it's a Duckhook handicap, so that means that you are still capped at, I think it's still the 3 differential, right, Ryan? So from there,
Yeah,
just
so
remember that. Yeah, go for it.
yeah, so I removed the cap on these little stats here because then you're not getting a true reflection as what your handicap has gone up to, just to see for stats interest purposes. Therefore, I've removed the cap there. But yeah, you just got to keep note that check on the Excel sheet. You are still capped, as according to what we've have got on the site there. It is a 3-shot cap.
Maybe Ian can win something off an 18.
Look, he's
Yeah.
capped at 17, so he should be there only.
Sure.
Just one last thing also. I think he's capped at, no, he was a 12 or a 13.
Show you. Hold on. Waar is hy?
13, so he should be at 30. So he should be capped at 16 anyways.
I don't think an 18 is going to
Yeah.
help him though.
Yeah.
No.
So I would just like to mention to the guys, if you found that your handicap is higher than what it should be as a cap, please just let us know as well. There could be a couple of gremlins in the Excel sheets or so. So please, we urge you guys, don't play with the wrong handicap. We're all human. Please help us out. If you find that out, just bring it to us.
Yeah,
Don't
for
play with the
sure.
wrong one because we'll get penalized on that anyway.
100%. Because it could be a typo. Easy. That happens.
Yeah, because remember with the score capture also, that's where the gremlins could be. When we're playing off Duckhook handicaps, we've got to manually change that. It's not like there's a Duckhook formula or anything in score capture built. No, that has to be changed manually. So that is possible. We are human at the end of the day.
So help us out. It's not that we're trying to
Please.
spite you. It's just that something could have. So just send him a message. Just, I'm going to say this nicely, right? You don't need to say and send proof and send a list of 10 handicaps and send screen grabs of Saga and blah, blah, and blah, blah, blah. You just need to say, Ryan, it looks off. Just check for me. Thanks.
100%
And it comes
right,
into the same thing where we say, if to check until about an hour before the first tee off of the game, not your tee off, but the first tee off of the day. About an hour before that, that's the best time to do it because then I've completed the day's handicap. So if there are any mistakes or so, you can let me know, and at least it's before tee off, and we can sort it out right away.
And what's the other thing? Don't say after 18 holes my handicap's wrong because we're going to tell you go get a drink and sit down.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Biggest drops.
Biggest drops. I think this is a good one. This is the interesting one that we want to have a look. And I think anybody could have guessed that Mr. Schild would have been the one with his excellent form that he started with this year. I mean, as you can see, his starting handicap was 17. And I actually, with his one, I went back into the history to see, did he play off 17 to start off with? I think his first game he played off like a 15 or a 16 because of his H&A. But now this is now Duckhook purely. And you can see how his Duckhook handicap has gone down all the way down to a single 9. I mean, that's 8 shots dropped
Sure.
in half a season. I mean, that is absolutely excellent golf. And I mean, Andre Wessels and Jamie isn't far behind. I mean, 6 and 5 shots is not bad at all either. It's excellent golf there. So yeah, some good guys that are seriously in form here.
Louis, 33 to 25. You've lost. Well, it's actually 5 shots now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's 5 shots. Yes, that's 5 shots.
Can you still compete? You played off 28 and you still won. So that is not bad.
Yeah, but I tell you what helps a lot is playing off the blue tees, especially at Killarney. There was quite a few holes where it now brings you, with my handicap now, and the way that I hit a ball, you can actually hit a green in 2. You know, it helps a hell of a lot. Killarney helped me quite a bit, and I think that's also one of the factors why I managed to get a -2 at Killarney.
Yeah, for sure.
You must tell that to Gerrit, because he's also playing with the blue tees, but he still can't hit the green in 2, eh? Neither can I, but I mean, he's playing with blue, eh?
Yeah, but he's got to get
Love
used
you,
to it. You know, it's an old man. It's an old man thing. You know, it takes time.
Brian, Andre
We'll
says
practice that
something
all.
looks off.
Huh?
Private message, please.
Right.
Leon says, my
Right,
golf is
yeah,
also
either
not great. Handicap is high due to bad golf or not playing because you had a bit of a procedure. And Nico says, need to get mine down further. A lot. No, yours needs to go up. What do you mean?
What?
Nico Kruger, his handicap needs to go up.
No, he must go down. Classic
No,
is
if
coming. He
you-
must come down better.
No, if Nico's handicap goes up, he'll make a few points at least.
Correct, that's what I mean. If he's not playing for 22, he might make some points for 50. You know. Hi, Nico.
Jokes, Nico.
How's it? Wait, I'm waiting for my private
We love you,
message.
Nico.
Wait for it. Anyway, I want to, now that's done. So just to show all these pretty faces, are we ready? The open,
Yeah.
These are the qualifiers. These are the guys who are exempt. I was actually looking for a better word than exempt, but I didn't know what it was, because you guys go straight through. Shandon, because he's Sunday 1 champion. Lukey, because he's a classic champion. Ian, because he's player of the season last year. Jamie, Thursday league champion, and now the current Masters champion and latest Masters winner. Bobby is what we call it, is defending his title at the Open. And then it's Fricky.
Yeah.
Sunday
Bobby is defending his title if he remembers to pitch us up, eh?
No, I'm sure you will.
Remember, Bobby.
You need to remember to pitch up because you've got the trophy, pal.
Yeah, please.
All right, and then Sunday 1, as I said, these are the guys who officially qualified. Whether they can make it or not is a different story. But Donnie's in, Jaco Jacobs is in, Gerard is in, Louis is in, Henry is in, Andre is in, Lucas is in, Jenny is in. I haven't heard back from Jacobus yet. Justin is in, Stefan I haven't heard from, and Granville Williams is in. So it's just those two. It's just Jacobus and Stefan that we're waiting for confirmation. So there might be 2 spots up for grabs on the Sunday 1 part of things, shall we say. Okay.
Yeah, I can guarantee you Jacobus is definitely going to make it. Stefan, I'm sure, but Jacobus is definitely in.
It's going to be nice. A lot of fun. Do we want to go through the teams and singles? We've got a few minutes. Or do we just want to talk about other things? Is it necessary?
Well, we can quickly go through ours because I like to mention them.
Okay, here we go. Starting with A.
Guys.
Hold on. Starting with A. There was one game here. The Kuna played. Freaking hell. Who did they play? They played. Yes, I can't remember. But they did play. Anyway, so they're 9. This group is going nicely. So Kuna are leading. Okay. Group B. flashing through this. Anybody on the show here? No. Group B is going full play. They played. Full play played all shots, and it was all square. There we go. So full play on 7. All shots on 5. Okay. Dimples and divots. I think you're pretty much. Oh, you finished, so you're out of it. Tiff and Taff, they maybe have a chance. Okay, let's go to Group C. Anybody in Group C? Was there any games here? Not that I know. It doesn't look like it. Bogey 4 points. Team Zack Attack 4 points. And getting there. Cappies need to play some games. I think they're playing another game at Blue Valley, and then that will start getting this group going. Rusty Clubs are leading Group D on 8 points. Who played? Shankaholics played Demotter, I think. And I think Demotter... No, sorry. Shankaholics played Weapons of Grass Destruction, and they got a hiding. They got a... No, what am I doing? I can't remember. A lot happened.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Duckhook did play, and they did play Brandon and Kobus, and
Yes.
Martin them.
So who got the hiding? Did Demotter play Vaughan and Ashley? They got the hiding. I don't know. Okay. Group E. This is your group.
Okay.
Look, 1 point. Minus 11 points difference. Well done.
Besides the Fat Testimonies, I would like to thank No Time to Listen for an awesome game. Mark and who's Mark's partner again? Oh yes, Brian. Shame. But yeah, no, it was awesome, guys. Thank you so much. It was a really, really fun game, and I think that second shot on the second hole from Marky, hitting the bunk and then getting onto the green, that kind of sort of broke us in the sense of that this guy can come from nowhere. So well done to them. And we out.
And please note, everybody's finished in this group. Well done. You guys did a great job. You get a prize.
Thank you.
No Time to Listen are through, and Baldilocks are through. The rest of you try again next year. And obviously, the guys are watching, which is great, because Andre Vessel says Demotter played the Weapons of Mass Destruction, and Rusty Clubs murdered Shankaholics, which Corbus says. Mark says it's a pleasure. Thank you for the update. Group F, I can tell you, this is Group F, and Gary and Granville played Henry and Marius, and they won. What did they win? 2-1? Yeah, 2-1. So it's pretty much the only person that can upset the top 2 is Sinbin, because they got 2 games left. If they win both, they get to 6. If they get a bonus point, they get to 7 or 8. If they get 2 bonus points, but it's looking good. We need to play Sinbin, and so does the Stingers play the Sinbin. And then it's done. I don't think the Stingers can go through because they only got 1 game left, and they will, if they win, they finish on 3. They'll do us a favor if they win, because if they win, that means then the group's done, pretty much. Group G, Ian and Frana played Donnie and Leon, and Ian and Frana beat Donnie and Leon. What did they beat them? 2-1. So well done to them. They managed to win a game, so they're now on top. Maybe they'll go through. So we'll see. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We want to touch on, just while we've got a few minutes left, we just want to touch on pace of play. Yes. I said to Fricky before we came on, I was like, not much more we can do, to be honest. Yes, the course played difficult, and that did cause a bit of a delay, I think. But some stuff I noticed, Fricky, which I would like people to think about when they're playing, is we need to try and finish putts, gents. Because if you're leaving it within a meter, say like this far, right, and you mark it because now you're a marker person and you want to line up and all that stuff. Now think about it. If 3 or 4 of you do that every hole, you all stop this far short, you all mark, you all line up, you all do your thing again. Add 5 minutes to your game, to that hole, maybe 4, right? And I'm not wrong, because I saw it, where the guys just take forever. Yes, the ball's running past, but I think in general, try and finish. Who cares? You're not that heavy that you're going to stand on somebody's line. Yes, if there's 2 oaks in the line, fine, mark the thing. But try finish, because I think that could save so much time if you're finishing your putts and avoiding having to mark, wait, remark, line up, putt again, miss it, do it again. The other thing I want to say is tee box etiquette. I also saw, and some people are going to know that I'm talking about them, is, boys, why does it take you so long to tee off? I see you go to the tee box. I will play my second. My whole group plays our second. We get to the green. We're putting on the green, and the guys are still on the tee box. Like, I know that you want to let Oaks who win holes go first, but just hit the thing and go, man. It's crazy watching people on the tee box bugger around. So those were my two comments, because we had big gaps in the field. And the sad part at Killarney is that the gaps were in the front of the field. So it became an entire dominoes effect from the second four ball onwards. Right? So it's not even at the end or in the middle. Like the guys who were in front, I'm gonna swear, fucked it up for everyone. Right?
Yeah.
So that is what I'm gonna say, because I'm tired of getting crapped on. I finish around and I have 5 people crapping on me. And I'm like, I try. I really try. I preach, I beg, I make compulsory halfways. So there's not much I can do anymore. So it's really up to you, Alex.
As if I can add to that, you getting crapped on after the game, I got crapped on twice in the game by getting calls and say, we're not going to finish, we're not going to finish. So I wanna put it to the guys to understand from this perspective. And I'll try and put it very nicely. You don't have much respect for the guys if you are behind. The rules of the course is you need to stay with the four ball in front of you. Now, if you fall behind, it's up to you and the four ball to get caught up. Now, think about it. If you don't get caught up, you're leaving everyone else behind. And that's what I say. You don't have much respect for the whole field if you allow that. If you can't get up, catch up with the guys, pick up and just go to the next tee box. It's really, really not that difficult. I was one hole behind with Maz and them. The next hole, we caught up with them because we pushed the four ball. It's your responsibility to push the four ball. If you can't do that, I'm putting you at the back. Okay, and I've got the names, I've got the people. If you're at the back, understand exactly it's me, not Maz, not Ryan, not whoever, it's me. Okay, so please, that's what I want to say. Forgot it now off the heart.
Because eventually, in an effort not to get crapped on anymore, we're going to have to start implementing, like, for instance, team games will have to go at the back, right? Because team games take too long, because they're taking it so seriously suddenly. Or if you are, like, if you were slow at Killarney, you are going to move back. I don't care if you book up front, you're moving back, because you could be the problem. It was a lot of occasions where you look up and I look at other holes and there's nobody on the hole next to me. No, because Killarney's running like this. Nobody. You look there, there's nobody on the 5th hole, the par 5. And you're like, how? Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, and I apologize again, because there was a lot of fluking for Oaks who finished in the dark. We had a full go and we were like, what must we do? I mean, like, yeah.
No, Mazo, it's so much we can do. So, I mean, it's every player. It's 80 players' responsibility to help us. I mean, we can tell everyone to play faster. We've said it in so many shows, play faster. But if it's not the players that play faster, what can we do?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this last week, they're none the wiser. There's people who are none the wiser that they are slow. They're like, oh, am I? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, let me try. I mean, like, anyway. Gentlemen, we're done. Louis, thanks for joining us.
And well done.
Thanks for having me.
And well done.
Thanks again.
Hopefully, it opens the floodgates, and maybe you take a major. You never know. And you get a couple of more. What is your goal at the end of the season? Just recap on for us.
Yeah, well, I want to at least try and get to play all the majors. I missed out on the first one. But yeah, that's the main thing, to get into the majors. And yeah, if we get one of those behind the back, what a pleasure to have a major to brag, catch up to Fricky sometime.
I'm going to ask you a question. If you win the Open and a free seat to Highland Gate, are you coming?
I know.
Yes.
I'll make a plan for that, for sure. No, for sure. I was thinking about doing next year. This year's a bit tough for me. But if I did win a major, I definitely would go. I'm not going to lose that opportunity.
For sure. Ryan, happiness?
Happiness, happy all days. I just want to put in one comment here. I see Leon Oosthuizen has got clever. He says, start pulling ranking points from the guys that are slow. No, Leon, I'll cut handicap.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
on that day, you're going to get
That's the thing. You start cutting ranking points. Oh, you'll probably get assassinated in the parking lot.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, have a good evening, everybody. It was a good show. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Blue Valley next week. And, no, sorry. Kyalami first. Blue
Kyalami.
Valley
Kyalami
after
first.
that. No, the Blue Valley is the week after. So it's big gaps, which is great.
Yeah.
Everybody, enjoy
Yes,
your
that's right.
Wednesday.
Lekker.
We will see you next time. Until then.